Alright boys, I'm back and I'm better than ever. Got you guys some nice juicy content here. We are going to be trying something a little bit new here. Going to be playing some strikeout with some higher dexterity legends. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my thoughts on dexterity in Brawlhalla. If you ever mained a high dex legend like yours truly, you're going to know that high dex legends are funner to play. They feel more fluid and feel like you have more control of your character, and that's because the you recover from your moves faster. Your light attack moves, you recover from the faster. They tend to make the signatures a little bit faster as well on the higher dex legends. High dex legends are good. Like we've seen lots of higher dex legends win tournaments and do really well. But here's the thing, in my opinion, dexterity is the worst stat in Brawlhalla. It is the least consistent, and I think you guys should all know about it. Honestly, it's kind of tragic. I do not like the way they balance the stats in Brawlhalla with dexterity. The other three I can live with. Force, right, if you guys don't know, as far as I remember, force affects your knockback force and the damage done per hit on your light attacks. While defense, it does the actual opposite. It stops the damage output of force, and it also reduces knockback, so you can live longer. And then movement speed, obviously, you guys know movement speed. It's arguable that defense or movement speed is the best. I think movement speed is the best until you hit 5 speed, and then defense is the best. That's my personal opinion. They're pretty even, and then force is like trailing behind. It's just countered by defense, which it's no problem. But dexterity is the main point of this video, honestly. So dexterity in Brawlhalla, if you guys don't know, sometimes when you put a point into dexterity, you're not getting a constant reward for it. You guys should know this, okay? So like for example, we look at Dobrain's dexterity values. You can find this yourself. I can put the link in the description for you guys if you want. Basically, when you put a point into dex, you can possibly recover from one of your light attack moves or recoveries or ground pounds faster. Not your SIGs, those are not affected, but possibly. Sometimes, though, like, for example, you can put 3 points into dexterity, 4, and not get a change in the value. So, for example, here, what I'm looking at, guys, is Spear Sidelight. It has 19 frames of recovery on 5 dex, 4 dex, 3 dex, 2 dex. And if you're at 6 dex, it has the exact same all the way. It does not change, right? There's plenty of things like that where maybe you get 1 frame here or there. You don't know where you're getting that point unless you look at this yourself. And honestly, boys, what they've been doing, we're going to hop into some strikeout here, but honestly, what they've been doing is they have been making it so the low dex legends get the same combos as high dex. So like, they just recently added Downlight Jump Sair as a true combo for low dex on bow. They've been adding things like that and taking out the higher dex combos that were too broken and whatnot. So they are effectively making dexterity just near useless. So the thing is, I want BMG to know that I think that dexterity is bad, but you know, you make legends like whatever Koji and stuff that have higher dex, Azuri, and they have really good signatures and good players. The game is so like well balanced, I guess, that you can still win with the higher dex, and dexterity isn't useless. It's just in my opinion, it's the worst stat and least consistent, right? There are some scenarios where it's really good, right? But it's just not consistent or across the board. And for the most part, I think if you ask most good players who play this game, almost all of them, I guess, would say dexterity is the worst stat in the game. You want movement speed and defense. But the thing is, as I said earlier, if you ever mained a higher dex legend, right? You'll know that higher dex is just so much more fun. It really is just the way Brawlhalla should be played, honestly. Like, high dex is just, it's a lot of fun. And it's one of the reasons why I was able to play so many hours of Ada. She's high dex, And, you know, you get that little bit more of control of your character, and it feels nice. It feels nice to have more control of your character. If you made a high dex legend, and you, you know, you tell me. It feels nicer. You can tell me. I already know, because I know higher dex legends. They feel fun to play. But, the fact of the matter is, the, what is it? Defense and movement speed, and even force. Just better stats than dexterity across the board. More consistent in a game that, you know, part of the reason why I got really good at the game is because I focused on consistency. Tried to just practice consistent things more than anything. And yeah, those stats are consistent across the board. You put a point into defense, movement speed, or force, and you know you're gonna get that value. You know you're gonna get the value. It's gonna go up. Also, one thing, if you guys don't know, a little bit of advice here. They added a patch a long time ago, where let's start off with some Diana this time. Start off with some Diana. Go Ada. They added a patch where if your points are towards the center, around 5, you get more value than you do during the extremes. Because back in the day, like, low defense was even worse than it is now. Low defense is just terrible. It's just so bad. What was the last character? Koji? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Right. But yeah, boys. I just want BMG to know, like, that the dexterity, in my opinion, it's not very healthy for the game, and it kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Honestly, it I want to play other legends and stuff, but if they have too much dexterity and they're just not broken in terms of like signature kit, it just feels kind of bad, you know. I really don't feel like I'm getting, especially if you know the dex values of your weapon, you're like, oh, I know I'm not getting any value here for having this dex point, and it just kind of annoys me more than anything. In my opinion, honestly, it's kind of a, if you guys, what do you guys think about this? In my opinion, I might like to see like every legend has 6 dex, but obviously I don't know if that would be very balanced, right? And then if they could balance it afterward, because they tend to make higher dex legends have quicker sigs that are really good. So like Diana here, we're gonna get down light and sig. Watch, it's gonna hit. Watch. Just kidding. He dodged. What a god. An absolute titan of a gamer. Light sig doesn't connect. We're gonna go down sig here. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, they tend to make the higher dex legends have faster sigs, but sometimes they don't, and they're, you know, it's not consistent across the board there with that. Also, signature balance in Brawlhalla is kind of a little bit yikes. I was thinking about making a series where I go over the worst signature for a specific move, like say Gauntlet Side Sig. What would be the worst one? I already know what it is. If you know what the worst Gauntlet Side Sig is, let me know, because I know who it is. I think you guys could probably figure it out. It's probably between 2, but there's definitely an obvious one that's worse than the rest. Ooh, guns got buffed. Side light there is tighter now. It's kind of clean. Actually, if you didn't know, side light into chase dodge reverse nair is true. It's probably true on all dexes, honestly. But yeah, one thing I want Brawl to know is, like, I think that their game should be played higher dex across the board. It's just a funner game. So making it so that the meta is low dex, it kind of just, it's not that clean, honestly. Let's start one with Ada. I had fun on that one. So, you know, you got the way the game is now, which is, it's not terrible, right? Say they tried to make it so that you get a point of value in your recovery frames every single time you added dexterity. That would be broken. That is not okay. I don't think that that's good at all. Like, so they have the way they have it now. It's just scattered frames here and there. They try to, I guess, manually balance it by doing that, but it's inconsistent across the board, and it's kind of, it seems like it's a lot of work, the way they're doing it now a little bit. But you know, you got like Sandstorm winning, right? With more dex 4 dexterity, right? Especially in 2v2, the low dex is pretty disgusting. Everyone's playing that low dex. Just get free punish for punish. It's very unhealthy over there, for sure. You know. And the way they have it now is it's better than if they added a constant value to dex. Dex is unfixable. You can't, I don't know how you could make that stat consistent and balanced. The reason why I've had the gripe with it over the years is because it's just not, it just doesn't appear to be something that should be considered a stat. I don't know why it is. It's too hard to balance, not consistent like the other ones. Almost as if they threw it in there by accident or something. Or they were trying to get, it's as if they were trying to add a 4th stat for that layout of 4 squares or something. I don't know. Either way. All I want BMG to know is that I don't think it's, oh, that doesn't kill. I think that used to kill. This guy just left the lobby. Well then, Juan Pablo, that's unfortunate, dude. I wanted to fight your Ada really badly. I hope something gets done in the future. I think the way the Brawlhalla should be played, or the funnest Brawlhalla, in my opinion, is higher dexterity. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my rant. Hopefully you learned something about dexterity, because I feel like a lot of you guys just have no idea how dexterity works. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you want to see more of this style of video, just let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side, homies.
He's still gonna kick my butt!
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.